ॐ नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः ॐ नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः काश्यपान्वयसञ्जातं नारायणपदाश्रितं श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे यतीश्वरश्रियाजुषम् कृष्णं कमलपत्राक्षं पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनं वासुदेवं जगद्योनिं नौमि नारायणं हरिं कृष्णाय यादवेन्द्राय ज्ञानमुद्राय योगिने नाथाय रुक्मिणीशाय नमो वेदान्तवेदिने श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। जय श्रीमन्नारायण एवरीवन।
Yes, Subhanaran.
जय श्रीमन्नारायण। So let us recap what we actually were learning in the last class real quick. Here, let me bring up here. So what we are trying to learn here is couple of things, right? So mainly, what is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is Karma Deepika. Karma Deepika means what? It is a divi. It is a lamp that actually throws light on helping us understand how to do karma. Okay. Before that, we even have to know actually what is karma. That is a very important thing we have to keep on remembering here. So let me bring up the shloka here. So you see here, kim karma kima karmeti, kavayopyatra mohitaha. Kim karma kima karmeti, kim akarma. So what is karma and what is akarma? Kavayaha api, right? Atra mohitaha. In this matter, even the poets are getting deluded. Here, kavi doesn't mean poet actually. Kavi means the gnani. That is the interpretation here. Tatte karma pravakshyami. So I'm going to teach you about that. Yajnatva moksha se shubha. So we have to first know what is karma, what is akarma, and what is vikarma. Karma means what? Karma means that actually doing something. Akarma means not doing karma. That means you are not doing anything. Vikarma means that means what you are the karma that you are not supposed to do as per Shastra. Okay. Now the question is, if you think about from morning to evening, what are we doing? We are only doing karma until we go to bed. The question to all of you now, based on your understanding so far, what is considered as karma? Can anybody tell?
To perform your duty.
Okay. Anybody else?
Even the thought is also a karma.
Good. Yes, thought is also a karma.
Also, in doing something, keeping God in mind, and whatever you're doing, whether you're cooking or cleaning or whatever, just to be keep that God in your mind and do it the right way that you think that it is right. Sometimes you don't know what is right or wrong. You just do as for your upbringing, and you do things not necessarily working outside, but just anything you're doing is a karma which you keep God in mind.
Correct. So that's where I am getting, right? So basically, a karma becomes karma only if it is done with desire. Only when it is done with a sankalpa, self-motivation for something, the gain for ourselves. Okay? So as Mitaji said, when you are doing karma without any doership, with the understanding that the enabler behind all the karma is Atma. When you do that, when you do perform karma in that way, it's not counted as karma at all. So this is an important point all of you have to catch. See, we all are under the impression I am doing so many things, so much work. Huh? So at all our individual levels. But all that becomes karma only if you have a desire. I am doing this karma for myself. And I am the doer. These are the two that actually makes that to qualify as karma. So when you are doing something, whether you are singing, whether you are playing, whether you are doing the job, whatever, with the understanding that I am not doing it for myself. I am actually doing it for Bhagavan. That is karma yoga. Now, what is akarma? Akarma is something that not doing anything. So in our opinion, akarma means you are just sitting, your body is not moving, so therefore akarma. So last week we started that shloka, so I'm going to bring it up. We are going to chant once again, and then I'm going to explain how Shankaracharya has interpreted it and how Ramanujacharya has interpreted it. Okay? Let us see here. So we are going to start with 18th shloka. So there is a story, right? So all of you know this. Mahabharata was written by Vyasa Bhagavan. Vyasa Bhagavan, when he wrote this, he needed some stenographer, scribe to write. Then he picked Ganesha. Then Ganesha has put a condition. You have to continuously tell the slokas. If you take a pause, then I am going to stop and leave. Then Vyasa Bhagavan also has put a condition to Ganesha. Every sloka that I am telling, you have to understand and write. So that means what? Vyasa Bhagavan needs to take a breath, right? Sometimes. So therefore, once in a while, he puts a very difficult sloka for Ganesha to understand. This sloka is one of them. So let us see what is that. Karmanya karmayah pashyet akarmanicha karmayah sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayuktah kritsna karma krita. So all of you have chanted, right? So maybe you can go ahead and chant. Ramaji, please start. I see you the first here.
మీరు చెప్తారండి నేను చదవనా
Please go ahead. Last time we chanted, right? Or if anybody needs help, I can definitely give.
I didn't attend but I'll try.
Okay. I can chant. Then chant with me. Karmanya karmayah pashyet.
कर्मण्य कर्म यः पश्येत्
Akarmani cha karmayah.
अकर्मणि च कर्म यः
Sabuddhiman manusyeshu.
स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
Sayuktah kritsna karma krita.
सयुक्तः कृत्स्न कर्मकृत्
Arjun sayuktaha nasti. Sayuktah. Half visarga. Jihva moliya, that is called. What is the condition after visarga? If ka or kha comes, you only pronounce half visarga. Jihva moliya. Sayuktah karma kritsna karma krita.
सयुक्तः कृत्स्न कर्मकृत्.
Okay, next Tejasri. Numbers here.
The same sloka.
Yeah, the sloka number is 18.
Karmanya karma
Fourth
yah
chapter.
pasyet. Karmanya karma yah pasyet. Akarmani cha karma yaha. Sabuddhiman manusyeshu sayuktah kritsna karma krutu.
Very good. Badrinath Chautara.
कर्मण्य कर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृत्स्न कर्म कृत्.
Very good. Okay. Next, Anusha ji, you want to chant? You can chant with me.
Yes, Balaji.
Or you want to try?
I can try.
Please go ahead.
कर्मण्य कर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्ण कर्म कृत
Uttamam. Kritsna. Kritsna.
कृत्स्न
Kritsna means complete. That comes many times in Gita. Please go ahead. Next.
कर्मण्य कर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्ण कर्म कृत्.
Very good. Next, please.
कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृत्स्नकर्मकृत्.
Very good. Next.
Karmanye karma yah prasyat. Akarman
Pashyet. Pashya
pasye.
means to see. Pashya in Sanskrit means to see. Pashyet.
Karmanye karma yah pasyet. Akarmani cha karma yah. Sabuddhi manasotyosyo.
Sabuddhiman manushyeshu.
Sabuddhiman manusesu. Ya sa
Sayuk.
yukta. Krishna karmakat.
Krit.
Krishna karmakrit.
Very good. Manish.
प्रणाम जी.
Pranam. Namaste.
कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृत्स्नकर्मकृत्.
Very good. Next. Ramagar.
మళ్ళీ చదవనండి.
ఇంకో రమాగారు.
कर्मण्य कर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्णकर्मकृत्.
Kritsna. First tanar. Kritsna.
कृष्णकर्मकृत्.
Next. Shreya.
బాలాజీ సార్ నేను క్లాస్లో లేను లాస్ట్ వీక్ సో కొంచెం హెల్ప్ కావాలి సార్.
Okay, no problem. I can teach you. Okay, let me share my screen here. Shreya is in high school and she is coming with a lot of interest. So, karmanya, karma, yaf, pashyet, akarmani cha, karmayaha, sabuddhiman, manusyeshu, sayuktah, kritsna, karmakrit. Very good, very good. Okay, now let us see the meaning of this. Okay. So, karmanya karmaya pashyet akarmani. So, what is the meaning here? High level meaning. He who finds inaction in action, please notice inaction in action and action in action in inaction. He is the wise one among men. He is engaged in yoga and is performer of all actions. So as I told you here, just high level meanings, karmani in action, karmani in action, akarma in action, yaha who pashyet sees, akarmani in inaction, and karma yaha who saha buddhiman wise one, manushyeshu among men, of the men, saha yuktaha means intelligent one or a true yogi, kritsna karma krit, one who has accomplished all the actions. That is the high level meaning. Now here is the anvaya. So you can look at it. This is the kriya padam pashyet. Okay, vidling lakara. So then all the meanings are given here. I will share this. So now A man learns to work without the feeling of doership and the desire to enjoy the fruits of action. He attains complete freedom. Any kind of work and any amount of it cannot bind him. So what he does amounts to no action or inaction. So let's analyze this. So Shankaracharya wrote a lot of bhashyam for this. How much I will show you. Just see, this is not to intimidate you or anything, but this you develop a lot of respect for Shankaracharya and of course Ramanujacharya. The amount of precision they have shown in this, right, is incredible. So that's why I am providing this. You see here, from here, this of course, is here 1, 2, 3, 4. All this is Shankar Bhashya for just this one shloka. Then when I show this, some people may be thinking this is not for me. It's not like that. Just I'm showing you because the amount of work they have done. So the point here is, if a man learns how to do work without any doership, then what happens? It is counted as inaction. It's as good as he is not doing anything. So when somebody tells us this, then we get a doubt. What does this actually mean? Seeing action in inaction, inaction in action. So quite a bit of a paradox here, right? How can somebody see inaction in action? For example, we are working so hard from morning to evening. Sometimes we cannot even get up. You get back pain, shoulder pain. Still you are continuing to work. So how can I even say that I am not working? Okay? And someone may be actually idling around. He thinks he is not working, but that person is actually doing a lot of work. So let's continue to read this.
That's about thinking, right, Balaji?
Yes,
so when you're
correct.
not so when you're not working like physically, but your mind is working, so that's also work, right?
That is correct. Yes. So in other words, at a high level, what happens? An Atmagnani who got the conviction that my true nature is actually Atma. Atma is not an agent. It doesn't do anything. Atma doesn't do anything. So then he knows that he is not the body. See, when do you actually think you are working? When does the action applies to you? If you become one with the body and say, this body is working, therefore I am this body. So therefore this body is working. I am the mind, so therefore I am thinking, so I am working. See, the simple fact that you are saying, my body is working, what does that tell you?
Physical body is working.
So that means you are separating yourself right there by saying that. When you say my car, is the car and you one? See, even if you don't know Atmagnana and all, by simple analysis, you can sense that. When I say my car, I am essentially saying car is different from me. Similarly, when I say my body, that means there are two entities there, you and your body. Therefore, an Atmagnani, when he realizes this Gnana, it is as good as he is not working. So let's continue with this and see what else is there. So, just because he knows he is not doing anything at all, but that the bodily and mental organs and instruments are functioning according to their nature in their own field of activity. So how should we connect this? What is actually working here? What is working is your body. And how is the body working? The body is working based on the gunas. Where did we study this? The body is working subjected to your gunas only. Every one of us has a nature, isn't it? So based on that nature, everybody is working. So where is it given? Now the quiz starts. So let me bring up that so that I can connect the dots for you.
So Balaji, it says that, in this book, it says akarma means without reaction to work. So not that you are not working, but you are not reacting to work. That's what another, the book I'm reading, it says akarma.
Akarma means what? Opposite to karma. Okay?
Yeah,
Inactivity.
enact.
So the question is, what is activity and what is inactivity? So let me bring up another shloka here. So third chapter, all of we have studied, right? So I'm going to bring you back to the third chapter one for a moment here. See, what is the third chapter saying? Prakriter kriyamanani gunaih karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. Prakrutehe kriyamanani gunaih karmani sarvashaha. Okay. So how is the work being done? The work is being done subjected to one's gunas only. And one is acting based on their prakriti, their nature. Ahankara vimudhatma, the one with ego. Ego means doership, thinking that actually he is the body and mind. That is what simply ahankara here means. The one who doesn't have this knowledge, who cannot distinguish himself or herself from the Atma and Anatma. That means Atma and body and mind. That person, what does he think? Ahankara vimudhatma, deluded person. That person is deluded and that person thinks that karta aham iti manyate. He keeps on thinking that I am the one who is doing. So that means what? When your mind is thinking, it is prompting you to do something. Go to Gita class, or it is asking you to go somewhere else, read this book, that book, all these things. Who is the one who is actually what you call initiating that thought in you? I'm not getting the right word in English. Prerana. Who is giving you the prerana to do these activities?
Your mind.
Correct. But what is driving mind? All of us have mind, but why your mind is thinking different from my mind?
Buddhi.
Correct.
Karma.
So what is driving all of this is our vasanas, impressions that were left based on past karma. Okay. And on top of that, gunas are what is driving our activities. What are gunas? Sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva means knowledge. Rajas means action. Tamas means what you call inertia. So if you see the universe essentially came from these three gunas. It is called Maya. There is Paramatma or Ishvara on one side. Ishvara doesn't do anything by himself. He needs Shakti to do it. So therefore Amavar, Lalita. So Shiva and Shakti, when they come together, this universe is formed. So therefore that Shakti part is called Trigunatmaka Maya, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So when we are in Sattva, we feel like acquiring knowledge. When we are Rajas, we feel like actually doing work, whatever, good or bad work, whatever. Tamas means what? Inertia. So therefore, what the shloka in the third chapter is saying is, a wise one, a gnani, immediately senses. He gets a, see what is thought? First of all, let's take a step back. A thought is nothing but a disturbance in the mind, scientifically. What is a disturbance? I am sitting here. A wave arose in my mind like this, and it created a thought in me, a disturbance. That means what it is telling me? You are hungry. Then Another wave arises and it tells me you have to go and eat. So mind is nothing but a continuous flow of thoughts. Okay. So then what happens? I take an action. I go and eat. Then this wave is subsided. For that moment, I feel very peaceful, contented, and all of that. Then another wave comes. Okay, great. Your stomach is full. Now you need a bed to sleep. So this continuous flow of thoughts is coming because of your mental status at that point of time. Suppose you are in Rajas. Then what happens? You cannot sit in one place and listen to knowledge. You want to do something. You want to cook or you want to, go somewhere, buy something, all of that. Then what happens? When you are studying Gita, it's the same effect. For some people, when they do action, as I told you, the chitta vritti comes down. The disturbance in the mind settles at that point. So therefore, they feel very calm. Again, it comes back like that. So therefore, a gnani also gets these type of things. See, gnani, a knowledgeable person also has to eat. He also has to brush the teeth and all these things. When he is hurt, he also feels the pain. But what happens is he has the anatomy correct. What is the anatomy here? Oh, okay. The reason why, suppose you got a desire. You saw something and you said, I want that. The gnani knows immediately that, oh, my gunas are acting upon me. He will take a medicine, antidote. Whereas we don't know the medicine, we don't know first of all why we are feeling that way. Okay, it's natural. How can I be without feeling like this? Isn't it life all about getting things and enjoying? But a gnani, a gnani does, a gnani says, oh, my gunas are acting upon me. He will put an antidote. What antidote he will put? He will either chant Gita or he will chant Narayana mantra, Namo Narayana. He will take some practice, whatever is suitable for him, so that the mind gunas actually subside. Or he will go to the temple, so that for that moment, he feels the atmosphere and calm down. You see the difference? Therefore, first you have to understand where is this karma business coming into place. Why am I this way? Why am I thinking this way? Why am I different from others? That is because of your nature in the form of gunas. And these combined with the impressions that were left on your mind because of the past karma that you have done, your tendencies are defined. Is this clear for everyone? So please mark the shloka 27 in chapter 3. Prakrute kriyamanani gunaih karmani sarvashaha. Everybody is acting based on the gunas only, but the deluded one doesn't know this. Now let's read the next shloka in chapter 3. Tattva vittu mahabaho gunakarma vibhagayoho guna guneshu vartante iti matvana sajjate. Sajjate means to cling, to get attached. Na sajjate. A gnani doesn't get attached. Why? Guna, he knows that guna guneshu vartante. This is a very tricky phrase. Gunas are only acting on gunas. Okay. That means what? It is the play of gunas. That means here gunas means senses. The senses, gunas are acting on senses, and therefore this whole disturbance is taking place. Guna guneshu vartante. So that means what? A wise one never think that, normally what happens, sometimes we curse ourselves. Why am I getting these bad thoughts? Even though I'm studying Gita, I'm doing all these spiritual practices, I'm subjected to jealousy and all these bad feelings. Why is it happening to me? Why am I not able to become stable? Then immediately with this knowledge, you realize from the past samskaras, your gunas are acting on the senses. So you got extreme clarity. It's a different story. You may not be able to control it right away. That comes with the practice. But at least now you have the clarity on which faculty in you is acting and why. Then let us see the next shloka. Prakruter gunasammodhaha sajjante gunakarmasu Tana Kritsna Vido Mandan Kritsna Vinna Vichalayet. So this person, the deluded one, right? What does he do? Sajjante, he gets attached to the Gunakarmasu. Whereas Tana Kritsna Vido Mandan Kritsna Vinna Vichalaye. The wise one never gets attached because he has clarity. Then Bhagavan went on to say, Mai Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa Nirashir Nirmamo Bhutva Yudhyasva Vigata Jvaraha. So this is a very important sloka. Like Metaji was saying, now what we have to do? Bhagavan is giving a simple solution. Mai, in me, offer all the karma in me, to me. Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa. Right? Adhyatma, that means what? The attitude. Sanyas, that means you are doing the karma not for any desire or selfishness. Nirashir, without any expectation. Nirmamo, without mamakara. Yudhyasva vigata jvaraha. Fight without any. Jvaraha literally means any tension or excitement, or let us say disturbance in mind. So why Bhagavan is saying life is a Mahabharata war? Why? You are dealing always this conflict between mind and manas and buddhi. Who is a peaceful person? When manas and buddhi come together like best friends, they are helping you, you will be the most lucky person in the world because you are always happy, quieter. So therefore, Bhagavan is saying, you fight the war with full speed. This sloka actually helps me so much, has been helping me, because whenever I feel, I think I face a difficult situation, I immediately chant this sloka in myself. Yudhyasva vigata jvaraha. Fight in my name. That's what Bhagavan is saying. Let me give you the support, strength to fight and offer the result to me. Don't worry, I will take care of you. So all this gives you the mechanism through which karma is happening, why we are acting in a certain way. One person acts wildly, one person acts sattva, all of this. And a wise one actually knows which faculties are acting because he has clarity. Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga Yoga. I am the observer and this is the object that is being observed. Okay, now connect that with this shloka. Karmanya karmayah pashyet. The one who sees no action in action. That means what? He is working 24/7, 20 hours a day. But he doesn't feel that way. Why? His focus is somewhere else. His focus is not on the result. His focus is on who is enabling me. I have been engaged in this by Paramatma or Atma, let us say. So therefore, I will do whatever that Atma permits me. That means my prana permits me. Okay? Is this clear for everyone? So therefore, this actually solves most of the problems in life. See, ego is a 100-pound gorilla sitting on your back. We are swimming the river of life. Full stream ahead. What we are doing is we would like to swim always opposite to the stream. We are swimming. I want to do this. But what we are not learning is how to go with the flow. Going with the flow means what? Seeing akarma in karma. Swimming against the flow means what? You are thinking, you know what? I am the doer after all. I don't care who says what, but I am the doer. This Balaji, this little fellow is the one. Then all the trouble starts because now you have ego, you have prestige, you attribute the success and failure to you, you are worried about others' opinions on you, all these things. Am I a successful person in life? Am I a failure in life? All these thoughts are coming because of one reason. You are not able to recognize who is the doer and who is the enabler. The enabler is the Chaitanya behind you. That's the difference between dead body and live body. Right? That is Atma. So that is the enabler. And who is the doer? Doer is the body and mind. And how is it doing? It is in a cyclic process. It is an autopilot. Have you ever recognized you are actually an autopilot? You think you
Yeah,
are control.
always.
Always, right?
Always, yeah.
Morning we think we are planning everything. I am the one who is planning how to do work and this, that, that. Then you fall into an autopilot based on your gunas. You will
Yeah.
definitely yell at someone if that is your nature.
That's true. Also, another thing, Balaji, I would like to say that, in a kid's nursery rhyme, there is a nursery rhyme is row, row, row your boat, gentle down the stream, merrily, 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 life is but a
Hey,
dream.
what a
And it is such
beautiful.
just now, whatever you said, that if you go with the stream, your life will be fine. But if you always try to go against the stream, it would be always challenges. And I find it, so simple rhyme, nursery rhyme for the kids, but it is so much bigger than that for, in life. It's
What?
always, yeah.
Yeah, you connected that so nicely, Mitaji. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
always,
beautiful.
I think about that. I said, even for the kids at that age, we were teaching them that you go with the flow. And we always say that, but when it actually you do things, you do it sometimes difficult task, and it just, if you are trying to go against the stream, you would always be in that face challenges.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
See, it's actually amazing how people see it happened recently, like a couple of days back. So one person was asked not to be the kind of leader on the project. They said, XYZ will act, you don't have to be the leader. He literally got sick overnight. And he,
Yeah.
on top of that, he writes to his manager, you made this change and it made me sick. I'm sitting here and what's the problem? So that is
Yeah.
the one example, right? But absolutely, that's a very good rhyme to think of. So therefore, what we have to do, we have to see, here is the problem. See, my father, being a communist, he always took it wrong to touch someone's feet. He taught me from childhood it is nonsense. It is doing personal puja like that. But then when I actually started in the spiritual journey, I realized why we have to touch the feet of elders and gurus, because that brings down your ego, humbleness. Right?
Yeah.
It's not about touching somebody's feet. So, exactly. So, like that, what happens when we, and also another clarity I want to give at a practical level, some people mistake humbleness and, humbleness to compromise. See, by being humble and by being what you call not egoistic, it is in no way actually bringing down your self. See, for example, if somebody is saying something to you wrong, you react appropriately and take care of it. That has nothing to do with you, your true nature. You have to draw the line. You have to have extreme clarity. Look, I'm going to take you to the task. I'll take you to HR. This is not correct. And our problem is we can't let it go there. We bring it home and we struggle all night. So therefore, it is by no means tolerating, degrading, and all of that. That has nothing to do with this. So ego here means what? Doership in essence. So we always in our mind have to think, I am only able to do this because of the Atma Chaitanya. Okay? Okay. So very good. So that is, now let's continue to read this. Let us take the illustration of a mirror. Various objects and various forms of actions are reflected in constantly, and yet the mirror is not tainted in any way. It remains clear and pure. Okay? So, the Gnani who knows that he is all pervading self and is in the self, all actions of the universe are taking place, just like those reflected in the mirror. Okay? And here, Action is no action. Exactly opposite to this, wise men are idlers who apparently do not do any work but are constantly in a state of action. Swamiji's appear. Sometimes we think, you know what? By mistake, I actually got married. Imagine if I was in Jirashram or somewhere, how beautiful life would be. Swamiji kuch nahi karta hai. He just sits and everybody works for him. It's not like that. They are actually doing tremendous amount of work. How do you know? Bhagavan just said, I am the creator of this entire Jagat itself. What work can be more than that? But he said, I am really not doing anything. Okay. So, but they're always in a state of action. The minds wander about all over the world, think and perform 1,000 forms of work, and they live restless and turmoil life. So this is for the people who actually don't have this gnana. That means what we also learnt in the third chapter. What did we learn in third chapter? Let me bring up that shloka again. Here you see. कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा मिथ्याचारः स उच्यते. Some people, they pretend they are not doing anything for a living. They are like always like in a mala and chanting, but their mind is going around material objects. So that means what? Even though their body is not doing anything, their mind is actually doing the work. That is seeing action in inaction. Okay. Okay. So now what we will do, we will go to this. Let's proceed here. How is this interpreted? Okay, this is difficult for us to go through all of this, but that I'll send, you can read through this. Actually, there is a summary here, how Ramanuja and Shankara have interpreted here. Here you see. So this is very interesting if you see here. How did Shankaracharya interpret this? Akarma is equal to actionless Atman. That means what? Shankaracharya has interpreted akarma means actionless Atman, non-doership. That means he actually negates all kinds of action. It doesn't matter what kind of action it is. Okay, seeing inaction in action means recognizing that the self never acts, even while the body acts. That is what akarma means as per Shankaracharya. Seeing inaction in action means recognizing that the self never acts. So who are you? You are the self. So let me tell you one thing. If you are not there, this universe doesn't exist. Have you understood? Try to understand this. How many people understand? So let me elaborate on this. This is very, very important for you to understand. What is experience? Consciousness plus object is equal to experience. You have consciousness, right? That means what? Consciousness means even when I wake you up in the middle of the night, you don't have to switch on the light to tell I exist. Suppose if I exist, you are going to say, of course I exist. You won't even think. That is the only thing you are able to experience without indriyas. Think about it. You don't need senses to get involved to know that you exist. There is 24/7 that feeling in you. You may or may not be able to recognize it. Towards the end of Gita, you will recognize it. That's the hope. But at least at the moment, there is 24/7. There is something that is prompting in you that I exist, I exist, I exist. When that consciousness comes and falls on an object, then only experience comes. For example, cell tower is there. The waves are there. You are not able to see or listen to them. But when you have the cell phone, which is Sukshma Sharira, Then when the waves fall on the cell phone, you are able to appreciate, oh, there are waves and sounds existing. Similarly, you, as that Chaitanya, Atma or consciousness, when you are actually falling, or when you are, your true nature is coming into touch with the object, that is when your experience is taking place. In other words, simply put, let us say there are like so many cars, so many bikes in the road. You are not going to focus on all these, isn't it? Your consciousness is falling on only one object. That object is only coming into your experience. So that means what? Without you, there is no Jagat. Got it? Is everybody clear about this? This is a very deep Vedantic concept. Okay, but anyway, so Shankaracharya has said, seeing Atma, that means you yourself is Atma. Okay, you are Atma. So when you realize that this Atma is actionless, that is akarma, as per him. Okay, so let's continue seeing this. Then emphasis is on removal of adhyasa, superimposition and realization of the ever actionless self. So knowledge alone destroys the false notion of I am the doer. What Shankaracharya says is, when we say akarma and karma, seeing akarma in karma, karma in akarma means sometimes you get the impression like cup and saucer. That means akarma is like a cup, it is in the karma, or the other way around. It is not like that. What it is ajnana. The example that Shankaracharya gives is rope and snake example. So in the night, you actually saw something like a rope, snake in the, then you stepped on it and you just shouted, and then somebody came and put the light on. Then you realized, oh my God, it's actually rope. Here, if you observe, there was no snake to start with. Please observe, there was no snake to start with. That snake existed so long as your ajnana existed. So long as the true nature of the object was not known to you, that means until the light did not fall. In this case, the light is Atma Gnana. Until that does not fall, the snake actually exists as far as you go. And once the Gnana comes, then the snake has not gone anywhere or rope has not gone anywhere. See, snake will go away if it was there. Simply what happened, it opened your mind and said, oh, this is actually rope. That doesn't mean that the snake is removed after light is put. Similarly, when Atma Gnana comes, what happens? Simply your Ajnana is eliminated. That means what? You are able to differentiate between your true nature consciousness and this mind and body, which is the what you call a seer and seen impact. Then what happens? At once you realize, yes, karma is happening, no doubt about it. We cannot deny that. But who is doing karma? The Gnani knows that I am not doing anything as far as I go, because I am the Chaitanya. Are you getting clarity? So therefore, Shankaracharya has explained that Gnana alone can remove ignorance. Is there a problem with this statement? So what is the problem with this statement?
Because
People who are... Yeah, please go ahead.
because Jnani may also sometimes fall back.
No, that's not possible. Then that means he is not yet a Gnani. He is in the path of Gnana. Remember, Gnani is the one who has the highest realization. A Gnani never falls back. He reaches that stage. But the limitation of this argument here is, suppose I am doing bhakti. I am completely immersed in bhakti. I surrender to Lord Narayana and I'm continuously chanting Narayan mantra, there is nothing else in my mind. Is it considered as karma or akarma? That's the question here.
Satvika karma, sir.
So you still think there is karma in that. Satvik or Rajasic, that's a different story. But is it considered as karma? Remember, that's why I prompted you in the beginning of the class. When karma becomes karma, when you are doing it for yourself with some expectation, etc. Suppose I have nothing to gain out of it. As far as I go, it's not karma. That's the approach Ramanuja took. Okay, it's not my interpretation, but thank you for trying, Sirishaji. Very good try. That is a natural thought process, what you said. But you see here what Ramanuja said? So, let it. Akarma is equal to Atmagnana, knowledge of the self. Seeing akarma in karma, the way Ramanuja has interpreted means seeing self-contemplation within karma yoga. Seeing self-contemplation within karma yoga. That means what? As you said, you are doing the bhajan with the awareness that the enabler is Lord Narayana. See, in a way, both are telling the same message. But Shankara, karma is big no-no. He absolutely refused the idea that the karma that is done in bhakti is not considered as karma. Because his argument is, Bhagavan clearly said, what is karma and what is akarma. How in the previous slokas. Okay. Evam gnatva krutam karma purvairapi mumukshubhihi. Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam. So therefore he has the proof. But Ramanuja's approach is very practical approach. Ramanuja's approach works for 99.9% of the people. Because as much as we know we are the Atma and all that, there is a possibility that you will not be able to separate always yourself. So therefore, the path of karma yoga, in the light of, with the awareness of this knowledge, smoothly integrates your tendency to do action, at the same time selflessly as karma yoga, and with the knowledge that you are not the doer. He nicely integrated these two. So therefore, for people who are in bhakti, they don't have any problem with Ramanuja's approach. So Shankaracharya's approach works for people who are sannyasis, sarvasanga parityagi. That means he is not in the material world. So long as we are in the material world, our senses are not going to sit around. Huh? They will always be seeing something. How can you prevent them? You can't. So therefore, for us, Ramanuja's path works better for most of us. So now let me continue here. Emphasis is on integration of self-knowledge with karma yoga as the means of liberation. Karma performed with continuous self-contemplation becomes knowledge-oriented karma leading to moksha. You see the word he is using, knowledge-oriented karma yoga. So that means what? The surrender to Narayana and doing activities for Narayana, Archana, all these things, right? Done with the awareness of this Atma Gnana is not counted as karma. That's what Ramanuja said. But Shankaracharya said, Gnana alone can give you liberation. Karma can never give you liberation. So now I want to ask each one of you, what is your understanding and which one do you think actually you understood better out of these two? I don't want to confuse. The idea of telling is, okay, Mitaji, thank you for joining. Have a good one.
Thank you, Balaji. Thank you, everyone.
Good evening. So now, can everyone tell anyone what's your understanding and
అంటే మీరు శంకరాచార్యులు రామానుజాచార్యులు ఇద్దరిది డిఫరెన్స్ చెప్పమంటారండి?
yeah, whatever you understood from that. Yeah, what do you consider?
What I see from Shankaracharya, because he was the Ramanujacharya was a married person. Shankaracharya was a sannyasi from the beginning. So maybe he said based on his experience only from one side, not a married person. And Ramanujacharya, because he was a married person, so we can connect to him very easily because he knows this world and samsara world and then sannyasa world.
Yeah, what you said is partially correct because see, it's not about married or not getting married here.
No, but how the people will think? Maybe
The
Shankaracharya,
main
he
thing
couldn't
is
understand without any experience. Right?
correct. The main thing here is Shankaracharya thinks like a scientist. He will not give anything that cannot be proven by Shruti, Vedas. Okay. And so that is, I would say, that is his approach. Whereas Ramanuja, his whole point is you cannot completely refute Jivatma. Sure? You cannot refute Jivatma. If this body and mind is not there, where is the question of liberation and rest of it? So, therefore, it is a different paradigm shift of thinking. Nothing wrong with that. But I do agree with you that it is also based on experience. So, Ramanuja said, look, you cannot refute that you have a body and mind. So long as you have that, then what happens? You have to do your karma yoga. So his point is, his path is devotion. As per Ramanuja, devotion only gets you liberation. But if you think about it, at the end of the day, both are saying the same thing. How? Let me explain you. Suppose meditation is also a karma based on Shankaracharya. Why he had to do, I'll tell you. Guruji told us. Because he had to write Bhashyam to Brahma Sutras. In the Brahma Sutras, Shankaracharya had to refute all the Shaddarshans. Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, Uttar Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, Nyaya Darshana, all this he had to refute. So for that, he had to take the hard approach that even devotion is a karma. But Ramanuja says, when you dissolve yourself in Narayana, like, Annamaya, like Mirabai, then where is Jiva? There is no Jiva there. So essentially both are saying the same thing. It depends on the practice, maturity and all that. But I think I would like to summarize it here because it takes time to sink in. So what the shloka is saying is, start seeing yourself as non-doer. You are only an enabler. You are only, the body and mind are only the instrument. The enabler is Paramatma. So then you will start seeing inaction in action. See, for example, if I'm teaching Gita, let's say, I'm just giving a simple example. Suppose if I start thinking that, you know what, I worked for 10 hours today. I got up morning 4 o'clock. I taught yoga. Again, I'm teaching Gita. When can I go out? Then what happens? You see the paradigm shift. Then I cannot teach. In between, I have to prepare shlokas and all this. So that means what? When you realize that actually you are not the doer, rather your body and mind is someone which is an autopilot based on your sharpness of buddhi. What can be refined in our body? Only buddhi can be refined. Rest all we cannot refine, right? Body is what it is, mind is what. So when the buddhi is refined with Guru's grace, you keep on working on satsangs and gaining knowledge. At some point, actually, you get to a stage where you are not really doing anything as far as you go. So that is what it means.
So what you're saying is like when we are in the mirror image is not doing anything, only the
Correct.
outside one. So we have to think that we are in the mirror, the
Correct.
mirror image.
Mirror image.
Like
Correct.
we are not doing anything, we are
Correct.
not the doer.
Correct. Okay. So thank you so much. And we'll go to the next shloka. At least we'll cover one more. Is everyone clear or any doubts? So now how to do it from next shloka onwards? how to implement this is explained. Okay. Yasya sarve samarambhaha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagni dagdha karmanam tamahuh param panditam bodhaha. So let us see the shloka. Actually, sometimes I get confused with English. Here is the shloka. So maybe who is number 2? Tejasya, number 2. Please chant with me. Yasya sarve samarambhaha.
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः
One more time.
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः
Kama sankalpa varjitaha.
कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः
Jnanagnidagdha karmanam.
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम् ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम्
Tamahuh panditam budhaha.
तमाहुः पण्डितम् बुधाः तमाहुः पण्डितम् बुधाः
Yasya sarve samarambhaha kama sankalpa varjitaha.
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः
Yasya sarve nasti sarve. Long vowel. Jnanagnidagdha karmanam tamahuh panditam budhaha.
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणाम् तमाहुः पण्डितं तं बुद्धाः
Karmanam.
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम् तमाहुः पण्डितं बुद्धाः
Yasya sarve samarambhaha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagnidagdha karmanam tamahuh panditam budhaha.
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणाम् तमाहुः पण्डितं बुद्धाः यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणाम् तमाहुः पण्डितं बुद्धाः
Very good. So, whose actions are devoid of desires and resolves, and who has his actions burnt away by the fire of wisdom, the wise call learn. So here Kriya Padam Ahuhu say and Anvaya Yasya Sarve Samarambhaha Kama Sankalpa Varjitaha. Santi is implied here. Santi. Jnana Agni Dagdha Karmanam Tamahuk Tam Buddhaha Panditam Ahuhu. Tamahuhu means Tam Ahuhu. It is said like that. So I also gave, for who are interested in Sanskritam, each word Yasya. That means what? This is a pronoun, interrogative pronoun, and Pratipadikam and all that you can see. So Pandit is one who has freed himself from the desire and volition in performing all practical works in the world. So let's understand this just from this, first of all, whose actions are devoid of desires and resolves. So now the question is this even possible? Immediately people ask, what kind of thinking is this? Without any desire, you don't do anything. You will not even go to work. है ना? then forget about promotion. You will not even go to work. Then even if you go to work, you are not interested in promotion or anything. ठीक है, चलता है जिंदगी. So then where will the world go? We absolutely need Elon Musk. Otherwise, how many jobs need to be created? And so therefore, that is the first question we have to address. So here it says, Yasya sarve samarambhaha kama sankalpa varjitaha. So who do actions without desire and without sankalpa. Okay. Sankalpa means here what? Sankalpa means doing something for the benefit of oneself. Sankalpa. When you are doing it as a karma yoga, that doesn't become actually sankalpa. Okay. So let us take the desire. Then such person is called whose actions burnt away from the fire of wisdom. Here, this we have to understand. Jnana Agni Dagdha Karmanam. That means what? As we discussed before in the previous shloka, he has started seeing inaction in action. How did that happen? Jnana Agni. In the fire of Jnana. What Jnana are we talking about here? Tattva Jnana. That means the conviction that I am actually that Chaitanya. When that conviction comes, what happens? Jnanagni dagdha karmanam. All the actions are burnt away. Now you see the connection between the previous shloka and this. So how do you burn karma? That means how do you see inaction in action? Then you actually gain Jnanagni. Now the other thing we have to think here is kama sankalpa varjitaha, desire. How does the desire come? You have to remember shloka 62 and 63 of second chapter. So what does it say? Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangasteshu Upajayate. Where does the desire coming in first place? When somebody is constantly thinking about an object, then what happens? Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangasta Upajayate. Sangasta. And that means Sangaha Upajayate. That means what? He develops attachment to that object. See, seeing an object is not a problem. A gnani also doesn't close his eyes and walk around. A gnani completely, but what does he do? Kurmanganiva sarvashaha. Just like a tortoise, when the tortoise finds an attack, it withdraws the limbs and it becomes like a rock so that the animals won't kill it. Similarly, a gnani knows how to withdraw senses when he sees a disturbance in his mind. So then what happens? The desire won't come. That means desire means here something for me. So therefore, when a person is acting in such a way that without any desire, that means he is doing everything as karma yoga only. See, remember, a gnani and agnani both act. A gnani acts for loka kalyana. Agnani acts for his own benefit. That is the key difference. Both are doing work. A doctor is also doing cutting a limb. Chore also is cutting a limb. You see the difference in intention? That. Okay. So that is the meaning of the shloka. Okay, let's go ahead and chant everyone. Now, Ramagar, please start number 1.
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः.
Next. Badrinath garu sir.
రామసారం చేస్తారు. రామసార్ ఉన్నారు.
Ramasar. Namaste, Ramasar. I don't know if he is able to chant.
Okay. यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः.
Next. After this, I'll explain you one key thing here. Number.
Balaji
Please
garu,
go.
can I repeat after you?
Yeah, sure. यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः
कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः
कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम्
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम्
तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः
तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः।
उत्तमम् नेक्स्ट
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणां तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः
कर्माणां
कर्माणम्
नेक्स्ट नंबर 6
यस् यस्य
श्रीशैली
सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम् तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः।
very good next Metaji is not there Manish please go ahead.
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम् तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः।
Very good next Ramagan
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः।
Shreya
Oh, okay. यस्य सर्वे समर्पाः
समारम्भाः
समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जितः
वर्जिताः
वर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमः पण्डितं बुधाः।
उत्तमम् next okay who is next here Zoom user maybe okay so here I want to show you something very important okay you see here see free from desire and volition kama means desire for enjoyment sankalpa means thought arising from egoism you see the difference here kama means desire for enjoyment I want to get and enjoy this that is desire sankalpa means that means a goal for us that is a thought arising from egotism. That means what? Because you are thinking that you are the body and mind, you are setting a goal for the body and mind, which expresses itself in statements like I will fight, I will acquire wealth and fame, and so on. Even thoughts like I will help mankind, I will do good to society pertain to the ego only and come under the category of sankalpa. The wise man works without such personal motive. He has understood the mystery of his real self. And so when he acts, the action is thought of and executed by higher power than himself. You see here, suppose I am teaching Gita, I am enlightening people, I am giving gnana. If I think like that, that becomes a sattvika ahankara. Much better than a lot of other nonsense, but it is also ahankara, sattvika ahankara. This is where a lot of times you see so-called gnanis, and even if you go to the temple, same situation there.
One question, Balaji garu.
చెప్పండి.
Everyone says samasta sukhino bhavantu antar kada. Ante even that one is also egoist.
No. See, that is a shloka benediction, right? Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. May everybody be good, comfortable, sukhinaha, without any turmoil. Sarve santu niramayaha. That means may nobody experience any kind of negative things, right? Niramayaha means trouble. May nobody gets into trouble. Sarve santu niramayaha. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. That means we are hoping everybody sees the auspicious thing only. That means what is auspicious? When indriyas turn inwards, then only you will see auspicious. In the nature, there is nothing auspicious. It is inside you. So, sarve bhadrani pashyantu. That means what we have to always make indriyas see Bhagavan or something auspicious, some book or something. If you keep on showing it movies, serials, then you know what happens. That is what it means. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit. Kaschit means no one. Ma kaschit dukh kabag bhavet. May nobody actually go through dukkha. Ma. That means no, negation. So that is an intention for us. So that is not at all, that doesn't come under ahankara at all. Satvika ahankara. But what satvika ahankara is, sattva means what? Knowledge. This fellow has knowledge. See, at some level, reading Vedas is also a job. If that person, see, if you and I are taught from childhood Vedas, that's what we would have learned. But Atma Gnana is different. A person chanting Veda doesn't mean that that person is actually, doesn't have ahankara. Whereas, suppose somebody, an ordinary person going about his job, he has a small job he is doing, that person, when he does it without thinking that he is the doer, he is actually a gnani compared to the person who can chant all Vedas. See, in our Indian tradition, normally when we see somebody, a scholar, we touch the feet and we show respect. But remember, that is okay, that practice is no problem. But who is actual gnani? The one who actually not by-hearted all the scriptures, he actually became a Sanskrit scholar and all, that is not the one. The one who gave up doership, he is called a gnani. That means he doesn't have ahankara. Here, ahankara, that doesn't mean arrogance. Ahankara means lack of understanding of true nature of oneself. Okay? So therefore, if you can give up ego this moment, you are a gnani. But what happens? Now, next question. Why do people get angry? Have you ever thought about it? Suppose imagine a life where you never get angry. Then what happens? Then people will abuse you. That's a different story. But first of all, why are we getting angry?
When a desire is not fulfilled.
Very good. Good answer. That means what? Anger is a sign of desire. Yeah? So that means what? We are upset about a child. Why? We have a desire that the child has to behave in a certain way. When the child doesn't behave, we get upset. Because if it is somebody else's child, you don't care. If it is your own child, you go through mental why mamakara, it's me and mine. I want a perfect child in him. Huh? So that same thing between spouses or between parents and all these things, right? So therefore, whenever we are getting angry, you have to take a break and smile inside and say, you know what, why am I getting angry? That means the desire is coming up in me.
Expectation.
Expectation.
That I'm expecting or something.
Expectations are not met, you are angry.
But
Both
however,
sides.
when you read Ramayana, you realize you do have to borrow anger in your job when needed. When somebody is, when you have to give a strong message to somebody, you have to borrow the anger. That means here there is nothing inside you. For that moment, you are pretending you are, even with the child, right? If you are not angry, the child sometimes won't listen. Eat, sit and eat. That is called tough love. Mom gives tough love to the child, like Sri Krishna gave to Arjuna. So, Klaibhyam Masmagam Parthanaitatva Upadyate. That shloka, right? So he gave tough love to Arjuna. So therefore, all this knowledge brings a tremendous change in a personality, makes the life actually worthwhile. Personal benefit, spiritual benefit, all the benefits, even health-wise, you will become so healthy. But prarabdha is prarabdha, that's a different thing. Okay, so we'll conclude here. Any questions from anyone?
No, I can give a classic example and just let you know the
Yeah,
typical example. And I mean, I think
sure.
for last 2 weekends we had a release, right? Okay, and there's a guy in UK, right? He's working with us. 2 weekends, right? We tried first weekend, almost 48 hours he worked. We couldn't release it. Roll back. Okay, roll back. Okay, and again last weekend, right? We did that 48 hours starting Friday evening until Sunday evening. He was working. We couldn't do it. Rolled back. Okay, see, in spite of that, right? Monday morning, he never thought, oh, okay. I mean, he always thinking we want to figure out why it happened, right? But the motivation he had, right? Okay, he's never kind of, oh, okay, oh man, why did God do like this? I was trying like nothing like that. Right? No, I mean, not even a 1 second, right? Start working. Okay, let me figure out why it happened, right? Same motivation he had for last 2 weeks. He continued that. I was very surprised. I thought that he doesn't know any Bhagavad Gita, right? But he was
Right,
just doing his work, right, without thinking
right.
of result. Okay,
Yes.
and
Great example.
uh,
So
uh,
that is coming from his, like we studied in third chapter, it is coming from here, his nature.
right, yeah, right, and
So
same
he's,
calmness, right. Let me see, let me figure out, let me figure out. Until last evening, right. We're working right from Monday until last night. He's in UK. Usually, he works until 6 or 7 p.m. US time, right? That means at midnight. Still, same motivation every day morning, same smile. Still working. We figured out everything can resolve. We weren't able to do
yes,
this
you
weekend
see,
because some other thing, but I'm just
absolutely.
saying, right? I think I felt that, oh man, this guy doesn't even read Bhagavad Gita, but still he's just following the principles, right? The way
See, exactly. See, this is why religion is different from spirituality.
right,
Religion is based on faith and you're brought up and your beliefs.
right, right,
So therefore, if this fellow doesn't act in a certain way, dress up in a certain way, maybe he's not religious.
right,
But spirituality is science. Spirituality is applicable if you are a jiva or if you are a bhuta, spirituality is for you. Spirituality is exact science.
right,
This is a proof.
right.
Yeah, these things happen. People amaze. I did a project 15 years ago. We had to do 20 years worth of data migration in SAP accounts payable.
Right, right,
20 years.
right.
No, not accounts payable. Payroll.
Yeah,
Imagine the danger.
yeah.
Payroll means, it's the toughest, right? You have all these, promotions. One person, he was, by that time itself, he was about 60. He worked 60 hours continuously.
Mm.
And I was worried because, I thought he would have a stroke or something.
Right, right,
And yeah, that's why, this is why what the biggest lesson we have to learn is we have to see unity in diversification. Unity in diversification. We are all diverse. But with this knowledge, you start seeing unity in diversification. Then what happens? You will actually get to understand the person and be able to tolerate all personalities and all of that. Take appropriate action.
అంటే వాళ్ళ శ్రద్ధ వాళ్ళ కమిట్మెంట్ దట్స్ వాట్
Right.
ఇట్
So
షోయింగ్ అవుట్.
exactly. See, as Badrinath ji said, Shraddha, the way Shankaracharya has defined, Shraddha means in Sanskritam actually faith, not carefulness. Guru Vakya, it is the Shraddha, the way Shankaracharya has interpreted, Guru Vakya, that means Guru words and Shastra. If you have faith in both of these, that is called Shraddha as per him. That's how he defined it. So therefore, this is exact science. It doesn't matter European, Indian, etc. That's why Bhagavad Gita has been translated into more than 33 languages. And Bhagavad Gita will exist as long as universe exists. Because it's not a book. Please understand. If your personality manifests into a book, that is Bhagavad Gita.
right, right. And also, you mentioned in the beginning, I was about to say that, right? Because you know that Shankaracharya, that time, like there are a lot of different groups, right? Like you're saying Sankhya and all those things. He has to bring everyone along, right? That's 6th century, 7th century, right? All the
Yes.
different these categories they have, right? You don't want to pinch anyone like Adhyasa Bhashya, right? I think in that Brahma Sutras, right? Everywhere, yeah. He never said, "Oh, you're wrong," right? Okay, can you think like this, right? Of all the different categories, right? What you just mentioned, he never said you're wrong, right? Never in the statement, right? We always keep saying, okay, I think maybe you should think like this, right? To bring them along and all these different types you have, right? And he went through a tough kind of a thing that time, 6th and 7th century. I think by the time Ramanuja came, at least that challenge little bit. Shankara already can address few of those things. So hopefully, I'm assuming that, right? I mean, he doesn't need to go through that same kind of a pain Shankaracharya went through, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and Bhatrikarnatha, the point that you just said, when you really look at the world, many leaders actually follow the exact point he followed to convince everybody to get things done, whether it's your team or to bring anything that needs to happen. They actually say, okay, how about we take this approach? What do you
Yeah.
think about it, right? Rather than saying, no, this is wrong.
You are
That's
wrong, exactly right.
that's one of the key factors when you
Yes, right.
teach.
Yeah.
It's universal.
Exactly.
That's what
See,
everybody follows that.
yes, there is a big thing goes on, right? A Gita for management.
Yep.
There's so many management lessons in Gita.
Yeah,
I'll
it
share
is.
some documents with you. Absolutely.
Yes.
These are all leadership qualities, what is in Gita. And okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We'll conclude here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Jai Sri Manara.
Jai Shri Narayana.
Jai
Thank you
Shri
so
Ram.
much.
Everyone.
See you
Tomorrow is
Jai
Tulya
Shri Ram.
Ekadasi and happy Tulya Ekadasi for everyone.
No.
ధన్యవాదాలు
Thank you,
పునర్మిలామ
మీకు
Jai
కూడా.
Shri Narayana. We'll meet again.
జస్ట్
Jai Shri.
ఈ రోజు సాయంత్రం లేదు కదండి లలిత.
లేదు.
రేపు కూడా నేను అంటే వేరే దగ్గర ఉంటాను, అటెండ్ కాలేను. సో లలిత ఈసారి ఇది అటెండ్
రికార్డ్ చేస్తాను.
సరే అండి. ఓకే, జస్ట్
Jai Shri.